Well, call me Amy Schumer, because this is about to be a train wreck. There's no way this goes well. Justin says we can take calls. I'm inclined to believe him, but I don't know. I just don't see it working. I'm down on the interns as a whole right now. Although I gotta say, I gotta give Justin credit. I don't know if I'm. What's damn? Already our first problem.
I don't know why you're down on me.
Oh, all right. This is not a back and forth. We're not co-hosts here. Just remember that. You don't have a mic. If you can get a mic hooked up that people can hear you on, and then we can jibber jabber back and forth. Ooh, we got our first caller. All right. Let's see how this goes. What's your name? Where you calling from, friend?
Worcester.
Who are you? Turn your radio down.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Hi, it's Jack from Worcester.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Is this who I think it is?
Yes, it is.
Jack, what's going on, man?
Hey, I was re-listening to Madawaska today, and you said at one point there's a guy in the room who's a real joke.
Did I say that?
Did that reference anybody specifically?
No, Jack. I was bombed out of my mind. Don't take anything I said there too seriously.
Oh, you were just kind of like bemoaning your whole situation?
Exactly. I was being a real sad sack.
Well, I'd just like to commend you for assembling the group of talent and the tools that you guys are working with to try to get through this time for all of us. And I'm so glad that you've been able to devote your career to communications as opposed to be like a sandwich artist, having to make meatball subs or something like that.
He's funny. You're funnier than I remember, Jay. This can't be the same guy. It sounds just like you. Is it you for sure? I don't know why I'm asking. Why would you? Why would you tell me if it wasn't? Well, thank you for calling, buddy. You got anything else you want to get to?
Best wishes to Kirk and the entire group of Minifan world, and shout out to Stacy and Madawaska.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much.
Bye.
All right, brother. I think that was the guy, Justin. That had to be him, right? That's. I believe that's Jon Stewart. Not that hack Daily Show Jon Stewart. The Jon Stewart. Go ahead. We got another call. What's going on, man? What's your name, or woman? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Ben from Rhode Island. How you doing, bud?
What's up?
I gotta say this. You guys are handling this in quite an honorable fashion here. I mean, you kind of had the whole world turned up on you on Saturday, but you guys really rallied around this, which is great. And I unfortunately fell asleep last night, but I did catch up and tuned in, heard some of the replay, and you know it's time I won't get back for everything else. But the hang up was pretty funny.
What are we talking about? What did you listen to last night? Oh, the Julie DiCaro.
Yeah.
So I haven't gotten to that yet. So yeah, Julie DiCaro last night. Me and some of the Minifans tried to barrage her with calls, and I think my guy Chris from Wakefield got through. He got a couple references in, but then they dumped immediately. And then Julie DiCaro was like, "Oh, I'll be getting those all night," and then never went back to the phones. So that was disgraceful.
Here's the kicker: she could end this all for herself, as far as like just the backlash. If she just gets off, but she wants more of it. It's clear she wants to feel more of the pain. She wants to be more of the victim. That's why she keeps on replying to tweets, even up to a few hours ago. It's like, when do you go to sleep? I mean, just if this is such a crisis for you, but
well, she likes to play the victim. She likes to play. I mean, she inserted herself in a story that had. I mean, when I say nothing to do with her, I don't know if I can describe how little it had to do with her. Like, it's not related to Julie DiCaro at all. And she decided to pipe in and say, fuck Kirk Minahan when he's at his lowest. And then it became, well, no, fuck Julie DiCaro. And when that came, it's like, oh, well, you're attacking me because I'm a woman. Or, oh, this is so expected of those people to do this.
And is this what she's looking for? Because, you know, let's face it, she's got what the 11 to 1 or the 10 to midnight spot on an AM signal. She's begging to keep a contract, to keep some kind of a paycheck going there. Her ratings are probably in the toilet, and she just wants to be relevant. So it's that eternal quest for, hey, look at me, which is just disgusting when you do it at the expense or on the struggles of what Kirk is going through. So, I mean, I say keep the foot on the gas, don't let up, and show her the pain, ladies and gentlemen. Show her the pain. And by the way, I just got to tell you, I loved it every time when you hang up on a caller and you say, "You've been knocked out." I replay it, drives my wife crazy. I would use that as a ringback tone if I could. It would be great. So,
well, Ben, thank you very much. You know what? You've been knocked out, Ben. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, God.
Ben's been terrific. Some surprisingly astute callers so far. I'm liking this. Now this will turn on me eventually, but I'm liking it so far. Yeah. So me, Chris from Wakefield. I mean, I was in the Minifan group thread last night, and me. You can answer that, and I'll just keep talking. I was in the Minifan group thread last night. Hold on 1 second, caller.
He's on hold.
Okay, awesome. And so me, Chris from Wakefield, and Governed by Fear, like 3 soldiers in the night, we're making our way to Chicago to try and call Julie DiCaro. And she took one call. Chris from Wakefield said, obviously this thing with the Bulls is 100% ridiculous. It's almost as ridiculous as what you said about Kurt. And then I don't even think he got that much out. Automatically hung up. And then I got to say, Julie DiCaro, do yourself a favor tonight and listen. It's a little late. In Eastern Standard Time, it is 11 to 1 a.m., I think. But do yourself a favor and listen once. It was mind-numbingly boring. She has a 2-hour show. You got to take commercials out. So she talks for an hour and 15, hour and a half. And then she replays an interview from the afternoon show and then plays clips of like Theo Epstein for 20 minutes. So essentially she talks for maybe 45 minutes a night. I don't know if she does that every night, but that's what she did last night. Next caller. Pot him up here, Justin. I get to use like radio terms now. This is cool. I'm liking this. What's up, man? What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Sean. I'm in California.
Ooh, what's going on, man?
Okay, so I just have one quick question, or not really a question, maybe call it a suggestion. So I know that before Kirk was gone, we'd been sending in live show pitches, and he would like to see one from every state. Is there any chance we could get a published list of what states have already been covered so we know what still needs to be hit?
So that's tough because we don't know what Kirk is going to say is an acceptable pitch. Like if a pitch comes in from Wyoming, but it's dog shit, we may not even count that. So that's a little tough. I would say keep pitching because even there were a couple pitches for like Maryland, say, and one was better than the other. So you never know. I would say if you got a pitch idea, just go for it.
Good point. All right. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
All right, Sean. Thanks. This is exciting for me. I'm Mr. Little Radio Boy. I like this. Be sure to call in 508-964-FLAP. That's what the number spells. That's the closest I could come up to a word. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Medium Poppy, Central Mass.
Is this the real Medium Poppy?
The flesh and blood.
This is very exciting. You were I'm not on Discord, but I only know you because DEC said your name about 9,000 times on a show. Is that right?
That's right. That's me, man.
What's going on, man?
Doing good?
Yeah. What can we do for you?
So I was in the Discord the other night, and Matt Carano came in, and
must have been
he
exciting.
he was saying that he has like 18 reptiles at his house, and he feeds them these like specialty like Japanese crickets. And I'm just curious what your take on that is. Somebody having that many reptiles, kind of strange.
Is this an inside joke I'm not getting, or is this true?
No, he was in Discord saying he's got a bunch of reptiles. He takes care of them every day. It's a big.
He seems like that kind of a guy. He seems like sort of a. I like Matt a lot. He's a very nice guy, but seems like kind of a hipster douchebag, and I mean that in a positive way. Like that's just kind of how he wants. It's not so much that he cares about reptiles, but he wants to be interesting, so he owns reptiles. That's kind of what I assume is happening.
Yeah, he's like a big time reptile guy for sure. So.
I'm so curious if there's something I'm not getting here, but I could be the new Francesa. This will be fun. People just say shit that I don't understand.
I don't know. I just don't like reptile guys. I was curious what your take on the whole thing was, but
all right. Anything else, man?
That's it, man. Godspeed, and talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Thanks. All right. Ooh, the phones are lighting up. That's fine. Guys, we're competing against noon 30, by the way, here, as someone pointed out to me. So hopefully we're not taking too many calls away from Dale and Keith. But what's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
I was just curious. Did you get dilated yesterday?
This is not the same guy, is it? Yes, I did get dilated yesterday.
Did you have any effacement when you were getting dilated? You do know that you dilate a cervix, right?
Yes, my eyes were
Your eyes?
dilated as well.
Hey, Mike, it's Tim and Canton. How are you, brother?
I knew it sounded familiar. Honestly, I don't want to offend you, but you sounded like our first caller, Jack from Worcester.
Well, I was trying to disguise my voice. So what's the process that you have to do for this new gene therapy? What can we do? Do we have to donate some genes, some eyeballs?
No. I don't even know if
help?
I qualify. So anyone that missed it yesterday, I went to a retina specialist, and basically they told me, yes, I was misdiagnosed as a kid. In fact, he said, I told him I was diagnosed with macular degeneration. He said, no one would have diagnosed you with macular degeneration. And I said, no, I said, no, they did. And he's like, I don't think so. I was like, why would I lie about this? But then I explained it's juvenile macular degeneration. For some reason that didn't register. He was like, oh, okay, maybe. But yeah, they said I have to go back in a couple weeks so they can give me a low vision test and basically a swab of my saliva. And then I think there's, a 1 in 10 billion chance that there's some sort of gene therapy that they can test on me or something.
Well, wasn't it your friend's father that diagnosed you? And is he like an auto mechanic or something? I mean,
no.
Mitch, Mike.
When I was a kid, I went to Boston Eye and Ear or whatever it is, or Mass Eye and Ear, when I was in like second grade, and that's where I was diagnosed with juvenile macular degeneration, Stargard's to be exact. And it was a few years ago that I went to my friend's father. And he's the one that told me, he goes, I don't know where macular degeneration came from. I think it's retinal pigmentosis. I'm sure maybe the middays is a good time for my medical show. We'll talk eyes and ears with Blind Mike.
You know, Matt's going to be pissed at you that you didn't get the right answer. So my last question for you, Mike, would you, to get your sight back, would you allow someone that has coronavirus to spit in your mouth?
Not spit. I find spit gross, so no. But
that's
Justin may have coronavirus. Justin was sickly. He called me an hour before the show and was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. And the thing I love about Justin is I didn't really argue with him. I just said, fuck. And he goes, no, don't worry about it. I'll make it. I'll be there. I was like, all right, that's sweet of you.
Well, if you let him lick your eyeballs and it cures you, then I think we have a new prophet in our midst.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, I'll call back in about 50,000 times now. See you, buddy.
All right, thank you, buddy. I'm liking the calls so far. I thought it would be all, like Francesa type stuff. People just fucking with me. But it's been all right so far. Although I still think that reptile guy was fucking with me. But yeah, went to the eye doctor yesterday. No real answers other than the guy said, don't have kids. Don't marry some girl and ruin her life. All right, another call. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Matt from New Hampshire.
Yes.
I would like to say that I fucking told you that you didn't have macular degeneration, you dumb son of a bitch.
Why does that make me dumb? I was diagnosed with it.
But you gave me so much shit about it, and I told you 9 billion times to go see a retina specialist.
Yes, you
finally
did.
Fucking do. And
Yes,
I'm actually really happy that you went and figured that out. Number one.
Well,
But number two, I'd like to say that Tim is wrong. It's not saliva from Corano that will cure it from someone, a carrier of coronavirus. It's actually the sperm. So I would certainly ejaculate.
Well, open up then.
In your eyeball.
Yeah, that'll do. That I'm fine with. Now, do you? How do you address? Those are the accusations you wanted to address. How do you address this? That you own 18 reptiles or something?
Yeah, I don't. I own no reptiles. I once lived in a house where my buddy Rob owned 2 snakes, named Peaches, and I can't remember the other one. But no, I've never owned them myself. No.
Okay, so it's all a big ruse. They were yanking my chain.
Yeah, and I wasn't even in Discord either, so the whole thing was a fucking lie. The guy, if he's gonna lie, he should go with like a more plausible story.
I think it's just something that I didn't. I think it just went over my head, to be honest. I think I think they're funning me.
Well, that's the thing is he was trying to be a funny guy, but there's really only one funny man in this whole universe, and that's me.
Goodbye, Matt.
Good to talk to you, Mike. I miss our mornings together, buddy.
See you, buddy. Matt Carano, ladies and gentlemen. Tim and Canton, Matt Carano. I did not think we would get this cavalcade of stars on. We need to come up with a better name, by the way, if we're going to do this regularly. I called it Taking Your Calls because Justin asked me 10 minutes before the show, what are we going to call it? Go for it. And I had no ideas, so I just said Taking Your Calls. What's up, buddy? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Jack from Chicago. How you doing?
What's going on, Jack? Jack, are you familiar with Julie DiCaro?
Oh, I can barely hear you. I just have two questions.
Okay, go for it.
One, how high are you right now? And two, when are you coming to Chicago to get drunk?
Not high at all. I do believe the weekend after the Wilbur show, my girlfriend and I may be going to Chicago, so we might be able to do that. But I want to ask this guy, you can't hear me at all, Jack?
I can barely hear you, but I'm going to hang up.
Do you know Julie DiCaro, Jack? All right, just hang up on this poor bastard.
I can't hear you.
It's all right, buddy.
Say hi.
Hi. Jack's a good man. No, we might have a Chicago trip planned this summer. We'll see if I can make it out there. But Julie DiCaro. No one seems to know her. Go ahead and answer. I was getting tweets all day saying, I live in Chicago. I don't know who the fuck Julie DiCaro is. So maybe it's only broadcast to me. Maybe I'm hallucinating. What's your name? Where are you calling from, friend?
This is Jake from Dorchester.
What's up, Jake?
Not much. How are you?
Good. What do you want?
I don't know. I just dialed the number.
Well, thank you, Jake. You've been a tremendous help.
Anytime.
All right, buddy. Dorchester, my old stomping grounds. All right, our first dud of the day. That's fine. That's more what I expected it to be like, is people just fucking around. What do we got next? What's your name? Where are you calling from, friend?
Hey, Mike. I'm from Danvers.
What's up?
What's going on, brother? Hey, do you know that Boston flag behind you has like a weird thing on it, right?
Does it?
Yeah, you don't see that? There's like a rip in it?
Oh, I'm sure. It's just it's not even mine. It's an old... We live in a house of men. We don't really care what anything looks like.
All right. I guess I'll accept that. Now, listen, what are you doing having Matt on? I mean, we get enough of Matt. This needs to be time for like the other guys.
That's what happens. That's what happens when we don't have a call screener. We just have to pick up the calls. So we get a lot of hoodlums in here.
Oh, so that was just him butting his way in, just cutting the line.
Yeah, he's an attention whore. He needs to be noticed.
Yeah. You got to tell him to chill out, man. We get it. Hey, quick question. I always wanted to ask you this. What did you? And you might have said this in the past. Maybe I just didn't catch it, but how did you first link up with Portnoy? Like, how did you get, that in or with Barstool? I never really
just applied.
Figured that out.
So, I mean, I was lucky enough to apply to be an intern at a time where there probably weren't as many applicants. It was a lot of. I mean, there were a shit ton of applicants the year I applied, but it wasn't as national a company.
Yeah, it was smaller.
Yeah, so I applied and got an interview, and then I bombed my interview. But I said, by the way, I'm legally blind, and Portnoy fell in love with me. And I really feel it was an unbreakable love. I think he still loves me to this day.
So I have this theory, right? Because I'm also legally blind in one eye, but I wear glasses, contacts, and I can see okay. Gotcha. So my theory has been that you're not really blind. You might be legally blind.
Yes.
But you use that to kind of have that little niche there, and it worked so well for you with Portnoy in the beginning that you've rode it all the way to today.
Yes. It was all a clever ruse. Who thought I could be sitting on tens of thousands of dollars a year?
Yeah, talking to Adam from Danvers online. That's how far you've gone.
Yes. No, I am legally blind though. That is the correct term for me. I'm not totally blind. We call those totals in the business.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so am I. I just never knew. I always wondered, like, is he playing this up, or is this dude legit legally blind?
Legally blind, yeah.
So
Anything
last
else,
question,
John?
I'll let you go.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, last question, real quick. So anything on the Wilbur? I know people have been asking, but does that still look okay? Or I have a lot of people asking me, is that still a go? Or
yeah, a lot of people keep asking. I mean, I would say until you hear otherwise, just assume it's going to be on.
Okay.
I think this is I believe, or at least what I've been told, is this is a thing that'll affect the next few weeks, not necessarily the next few months. That could change. I mean, mental health is a bitch to get through. It's a struggle.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to speculate too much on it, but as of right now, I would say plan on going to the Wilbur.
All right. Hey, and guess what?
What's up?
You're fucking out.
Get the hell out of here, Adam. You've been knocked out. Oh, he hung up first? All right, he bested me. He bested the champ. Yeah, feel free to call in, guys. We were also that Chris Matthews thing was a weird retirement. If we get time to play it, I don't know if we'll stop getting calls at any point. And I want to discuss, should we fire Intern Will? Not that I have any power to fire him. I just think it's a fun discussion to have that Patrick brought up last night. So I'm waiting around for the Mincel Intel show to get up. And I don't know how I feel about those guys now either, because they're uploading their shit to iTunes or whatever, which is fine. But it's just the idea was that it would be. Go ahead, Nazar. The idea is that it would be exclusive to YouTube, but I guess they're free to do whatever they want. I don't know. What's up, caller?
So this is Jake from Dorchester again.
What's up, Jake?
I did want to weigh in on the whole firing Will situation.
Oh, good.
Because I myself am an intern applicant. I did email Steve. Unfortunately, I have not heard back from him. But so obviously, I might be a bit biased here, but I would be all for firing Will and replacing him with me.
Okay, well, Jake, let me give you our rigorous application process here. Are you over the age of 35?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, I'm
no.
not.
Well, then you're out, buddy. I'm sorry. Our intern's minimum 35 years old, so there's nothing we can do for you here.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, maybe you could recover here, Jake. Maybe you could overcome this. Are you a moron?
I mean, I could be if you needed me to.
Okay, maybe dumb it down. If you play it up a little bit, that you're real dumb, then you might get an internship.
All right. Well, I'll work on that, and I'll get back to you sometime.
Thank you, Jake. Keep up the good work. All right. Yeah, Will. A lot more people starting to get down on Will. It's funny, as I got up on Will, I started to like Will, and then he just started fucking up more. I think he could make he could turn a lot of people with Latino Kirk. If him and Latino Kirk do some good work on their trip, that could be funny. But yeah, Will, he fails under pressure. He's not good under pressure. I'll say that. He's good with cutting up clips and all that kind of stuff, but not great under pressure. Go ahead, Justin. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Geary in Charlestown.
What's up?
I'm going to say Bernie Sanders. Ash got to be tight. How is that possible?
Is this Tim from Canton again trying to get this horrible clip on the air?
No, it's Geary.
Tim from Canton does some tremendous work, but his one fail that I've witnessed is he tried to cut up the sound of Jerry, but it doesn't quite fit. It didn't quite work. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you, caller?
No, I wouldn't, but I agree.
Thank you, buddy.
See ya.
All right, goodbye. Oh, I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. Go ahead. Who's next up? You're in the asylum with Blind Mike. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Mike. This is Zach from Michigan.
What's going on, Zach?
I was just wondering, I missed the beginning of the show, so you may have talked about this, but I was wondering, could you give us a peek behind the curtain with what your conversation with Erica was like and what her take is, I guess, and what she kind of wants you and Steve to be doing in this time?
Haven't had it yet, actually. Erica originally said she was going to reach out Monday, but I think she got tied up yesterday. So I haven't spoken to her. I'm sure Steve's been in touch with her, but I think this is just a total guess because, like I said, I haven't talked to her. But my guess would be that she's very cool with everything Kirk is about and that Kirk represents. And I think she understands that Kirk wants sort of to create a world where fans are doing stuff, Steve's doing stuff, I'm doing stuff, and we kind of just try shit. And if it doesn't work, maybe we don't never try it again, but where we can just try stuff. And I think she's very open to that. The one thing I did hear from Erica that I think is a great idea is at some point this week or next week, I think there will be a shirt up, and the proceeds will go to mental health charity or a good cause of some kind. I'm not exactly sure where it'll go, but something related to what Kirk's going through. So that's a good idea. And then, but other than that, I haven't spoken to her yet. So
Okay. Well, nice chain. I had the same one in middle school.
is my chain out? I don't know what that means, but this is an expensive chain, my friend. I can't tell. Did that guy wait on hold just to make fun of my chain? That's not a great burn, but all right. Let's see. Julie DiCaro. Oh, so I want to get back to the Julie DiCaro thing if we have a second here. Can you play, Justin? And you know how to put calls on hold now, right? Yep. All right. So let's play the Julie DiCaro audio, and then we'll get to our next call in a second. This is Chris from Wakefield trying to get in on the Julie DiCaro show in Chicago last night. Give me a second. Oh, okay. This is after Julie DiCaro opens her show and just like recaps the Bulls game because she's on the Bulls radio network. And then, like I said, she does a 2-hour show and talks for maybe 45 minutes. It's fucking brutal. And then she keeps teasing going to the calls, but she knows the Minifans have tied up the lines the entire time. So it's weird. What you're about to hear is someone who asked for attention, got it, and then completely doesn't want to respond to the thing she got attention for. Go ahead, Justin.
To do as well. A really interesting piece over at Fangraphs today about how the White Sox path to success runs right through Luis Robert. So we'll get into that a little bit later as well. 312-644-6767. If you want to weigh in, you can also text me at 67011. Let's go on out to Chris in Schaumburg. Hey, Chris.
I don't think that's where he lives.
I got to say, the Boylan timeout, obviously the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. He's 100% the worst coach in the league. But I was wondering, there's something else that I think was worse than that happened. Your tweet.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be getting it all night. It's fine. Thanks for the call, Chris. Thanks for holding the hold.
So it cuts off there, but she says, thanks for holding that whole time just to get hung up on. And I hate radio hosts where that's their big, like, oh, you're going to bring up something that I did? Well, we're just going to hang up on you. How's that? Now, keep in mind, I'll probably do that the rest of the show as people harass me on these phone lines. But yeah, isn't Julie DiCaro just the worst? Let's see what the caller thinks. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with that, but... Oh, you dropped him? Or they dropped? They dropped. All right. Well, feel free to call up, gang. 508-964-FLAP is the number here. And I saw Turtle Boy wrote a nice piece about Kirk's situation and Julie DiCaro's response. And he invited her on his podcast. I invited her on here as well, even though, I mean, of course she wasn't going to come on here for a number of reasons. But it does say a lot about a person that you're going to do that. Like I'm trying to, I can't think of an example. But I think of an example that correlates. But, I tweeted about Pete Davidson. I was like, I think this guy's an asshole. I used to like him. I can't stand him now. If Pete Davidson responded, or Pete Davidson's fans said, hey, come on this podcast that I have or whatever, I wouldn't run and hide. It just seems like a weird thing to have these strong opinions and run and hide from them when you get called out. It just kind of shows that she can't really defend it. All she has to defend herself on is a prank call by me. Her version of harassing is me calling a radio show and dropping references that she didn't pick up on. That's harassment, I guess, in 2020. So yeah, Julie DiCaro's a real hunk of garbage. The other thing I wanted to play, well, it seems like we have some time. Seems like the callers have dropped off here. Taking your calls, folks, if you'd like to chime in. But the other thing I want to play is that Chris Matthews sound. This was bizarre. I don't really... I understand what happened, but I don't know why MSNBC allowed it. So there have been some allegations against Chris Matthews, and then he showed up last night to do his show, and then retired before the first commercial break and just fucking left. You got it, Justin?
Oh, you want the Chris Matthews?
Yeah. I like that he says you want the Chris Matthews sound. I was just talking about it. What'd you think I
I'm
wanted?
trying to figure out what's going on with the calls.
I got you. Oh, are we getting something they're not going through?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, it's fine if we're just not getting any, but yeah, we should figure that out if there's something wrong.
Let's start with my headline tonight. I'm retiring. This is the last hardball on MSNBC, and obviously, this isn't for lack of interest in politics. As you can tell, I've loved every minute of my 20 years as host of Hardball. Every morning I read the papers, and I'm gung-ho to get to work. Not many people have had this privilege. I love working with my producers and the discussions we have over how to report the news. And I love having this connection with you, the good people who watch. I've learned who you are, bumping into you on the sidewalk or waiting at an airport and saying hello. You're like me. I hear it from your kids and grandchildren who say, my dad loves you, or my grandmother loves you, or my husband watched it till the end. Well, after conversation with MSNBC, I decided tonight will be my last hardball. Let me tell you,
don't worry about why.
It's out there ready to take the reins. We see them in politics, in the media, in fighting for their causes. They are improving the workplace. We're talking here about better standards than we grew up with, fair standards. A lot of it has to do with how we talk to each other. Compliments on a woman's appearance that some men, including me, might have once incorrectly thought were okay. We're never okay. Not then and certainly not today. And for making such comments in the past, I'm sorry. I'm very proud of the work I've done here. Long before I went on television, I worked for years in politics, was a newspaper columnist, an author. I'm working on another book. I'll continue to write and talk about politics and cheer on my producers and crew here in Washington and New York and my MSNBC colleagues. They will continue to produce great journalism in the years ahead. And for those of you who have gotten into the habit of watching Hardball every night, I hope you're going to miss me because I'm going to miss you. But remembering Humphrey Bogart and Casablanca, we'll always have Hardball. So let's not say goodbye, but till we meet again.
Now you might think that's at the end of the show. That's like the first 2 minutes. A bizarre scene. What I thought of is that's like if after the Madawaska thing, if I showed up that Tuesday and I was like, "Hey guys, I just want to start the show. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I gotta quit, but there's no particular reason. I've enjoyed working with you guys, and I think it's time for it's the dawn of a new day. And I'll see you later. Now no one can ask me any questions about anything. Adios." It was just the weirdest retirement quitting. I mean, obviously MSNBC forced him out, but why, if you're going to force him out, why even let him do that? And then have a whole show where it's weird. So I was here with no eyes because my eyes were dilated. And me and the Warthog were here. And we saw this on Twitter and we just clicked over. And we're like, oh, Chris Matthews isn't even on. Is that an erroneous report? But we realized, no, that was Hardball. He just left 2 minutes in. So it's the strangest thing. And then, there's all kinds of allegations. There's something he said to a woman of color being alleged. And it's kind of like hitting on women or making jokes that are no longer appropriate. Maybe there's more to it. I have no idea. But it just seemed like a bizarre way to do it in general.
Okay, we have someone.
We got calls? Yep. Why don't I hear it ring anymore? All right. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Dan from New Hampshire, and
up, Dan?
I'm calling to ask, I've DM'd you once or twice about the ghost of Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
I need to know the dates that he appeared in because they're the funniest fucking segments of all time.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I mean, it's all been since November.
Will they be uploaded to YouTube? That's the real question.
There's at least one. Is there a Ronald Reagan clip up there on YouTube, Justin, or no? Justin believes so. I'm not sure. But yeah, we can work on that. Those will be tough to find just because they're so short. But yeah, we could work on that. But yeah, the Ghost of Ronald Reagan does great work. And I expect more work in the future. In fact, a buddy of Ronnie's may be getting interviewed by me next week. We'll see.
Perfect. Okay. I'll be looking for it. Get on it.
Brother.
You have time. Do it.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's something we're definitely doing is going through the YouTube. Justin just put up a bunch of parody songs. Go ahead, take it. Justin just put up a bunch of parody songs. I told him to get some prank calls up there as well. All the classic stuff from the last few months should be up there eventually. What's up, caller?
Hello, Mike.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? It seems very
Matt
ominous.
from Rhode Island.
Oh, what's up, Matt? Not the Matt from Rhode Island.
No, another
Oh,
Matt
okay.
from Rhode Island.
What's going on?
Two quick things for you. The first one, is there any with the Wilbur show? Can we get a real rendition of Heroes that we didn't get a few months back? Is that a possibility?
That's tough. So we mentioned on the show that where Linda Marks fucked up is if she just performed or stepped up during the Jack's Abbey event, she'd be performing at the Wilbur probably. She'd probably be opening it, to be quite honest. But I think she kind of screwed the pooch, as they say. Now she created a very powerful enemy in one Steve Robinson. And when Steve Robinson hates you, you're out. Just ask the people of D.C. So I don't think it's very likely.
With all the parody songs, and with all the parody songs, I'm disappointed that no one decided to cover Heroes as well. But I guess that's for another day.
Yeah,
Also, if you get bored and need to go through some sound, there's this podcast. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's called Sports and Stuff. It's by this guy named John Meisner. I think the first episode would be a really great listen for you.
Do you know me personally, Matt?
I do not. But
did you go to
but
Westfield
I was
State
there
by
a
any
few-
chance?
Yeah, I was there a few years before you, which I found out when you name dropped him. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" So,
leave poor John Meisner alone. Come on, Matt. Do you know what you've done to John Meisner now?
I'm sorry?
Do you know what you've done to John Meisner now?
I have done nothing.
On the contrary, Matt. Now people are going to hear that name. They're not going to know what we're talking about, but they're going to find him. And John Meisner is going to be a star, whether he wants it or
If you
not.
can get through the first 10 seconds of the first episode, I'll be very happy for you.
John Meisner got me into radio in a weird way. Thank you for the call, buddy. You got anything else before we hang up on you? Oh, sorry. That was Justin's fault. I know. He's very sensitive today. Are you feeling all right, buddy? Go ahead and answer this call. Justin's got some tood today. I don't know if I care for it. What's up, caller?
Good day.
What's going on?
Hey, it's Ben from Rhode Island again. We got a new name on the chat here for your show. It's going to be called Go for Geary. That's the
I
name
like
of the
that.
show from now on.
I like that a
And
lot. Go for Geary.
Towards the end, you have your lightning round where it's called "You've Been Knocked Out."
Okay. The problem is I have to make sure we'll get enough callers consistently to do that. But yeah, I like that.
Judging by the fact that I've had to call through about 50 times
Right.
to get back on the air,
Oh,
this is
okay.
reminding me of like 1994 trying to call in 92 Pro FM down here in Rhode Island to win New Kids tickets. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Yeah, a lot
this
of
is
people are
good stuff.
comparing to this to Stern in the 90s, actually. It's going to be tough to get through. I understand.
But I love it, and you got to support it because you know why? Because you're damn good.
Thank you, buddy. All right, brother.
Same for you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, man. Yeah, John Meisner is the guy that technically got me into radio. There's a great... Go ahead and answer that and just put him on hold, I guess, for a second. Sorry, caller. You'll be on in 2 seconds. The late, great Patrice O'Neill once said, I wasn't inspired by the likes of Richard Pryor or George Carlin to do comedy. I watched those guys do comedy and said that's something I could never do. What inspired me to do comedy was watching hacks. Well, I listened to a guy like Kirk Minahan or Howard Stern in his prime, and I always thought I couldn't do that. They hung up on us? That's sad. They can call back. I listen to Kirk Minahan and think I can't do that. But the likes of John Meisner inspired me to actually try radio. What's up, caller? What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ryan, Pennsylvania. Hey, you were mentioning the Mintel guys putting the stream up kind of on their own.
Yeah.
Just curious, like, I know you want to drive content to the YouTube,
Yeah.
but, a lot of people are audio first content. Just curious
Yeah.
kind of what the business reason is for that.
The business reason is very simple. And you know what? My instinct was to be mad at the Mincel guys right away, but it's their show. We're not paying them. So if they want to do it on their own, I don't have a huge problem with that. Now that I'm thinking about it. But the reason for not putting these shows on the RSS feed or anything like that is because the second me and Steve do a show on the RSS feed without Kirk, it's automatically going to be fewer downloads. So that drives down the average. And then when the average is
So why
down,
don't we
then
get like a second like RSS feed for like, you know, Mike and the Minifans or like Steve's show or something like that? Because I love the YouTube stuff, but you know, leaving the YouTube app open while I'm trying to do other stuff, you know, people
It's
are
tough.
multitasking while they're listening to the audio stuff. It's kind of tough.
Yeah, I
And
know
it
a lot
wouldn't
of
take away
people
from the
have said that.
advertisers if it was like a separate RSS feed or something, you know. And
Right.
you
A lot
probably
of people
sell
have said that.
advertisers on that one too.
That's something you'd have to ask Steve more about. I don't know the logistics. I know it does drive people to YouTube, which is a good thing, but I don't know if it would benefit us to have a second RSS feed where we just put up whatever the fuck we want. That's more of a question for Steve, which I think you can ask on the Robinson Report tonight. Although I don't know if that's all business. Maybe he won't be taking calls. I don't know. But yeah,
cool.
I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask that. That's more Steve. I get what you're saying, but I also do think it drives people to the YouTube, which is good. But I can imagine it's a pain in the ass for anyone that's at work and has to keep the app up or whatever.
Right. I was just curious too if like Gaz or somebody like that knows how easy that is to just get a second RSS feed. You know what I mean? Just
Oh,
like
that's
from a
easy.
logistics
That is relatively easy. The question is does it benefit us in any way?
Yeah, I figured it might grow the audience, you know, because there are people that are just audio only. They're in their car driving or something like that.
Yeah,
It may drive some away from the YouTube, but I think people, you know, enjoy the show so much that they do both. But anyways, thanks, man.
All right, brother. Yeah, it's certainly possible. And I that's a complaint I definitely understand. Even my girlfriend was like, "Oh, damn, I can't listen because I'm at work." But the other thing is it's live, so I don't know. Go ahead and take this. It's I don't know. I guess it's just a question more for Steve than me, I guess. What's up, caller?
My God, is this Michael? Is this
It
Michael
certainly
Geary?
is. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, thank God. Mike, I've been trying to get through. Hey, listen, this is Red from Maine. I was wondering if you had time to talk brackets.
Of course.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I want to first off, it's you know, first time caller, long time listener. Love your program.
Thank you so much.
I want to talk the Madawaska region. I don't know if you had a chance to look at those brackets yet.
I have not. So we're talking
Okay.
for anyone that doesn't know, we're talking the Mincel Intel bracket, right?
Yes. This is Minifan Madness. This is the season, Michael. This season.
Okay.
So we're talking the Madawaska region. Okay. MHB is the number 1 seed against number 16 Kirk's Yellow Wallpaper. Who do you have in that matchup?
Well, so first of all, I have to ask, how did they break up? Does the fact that it's Madawaska, is that just kind of a point of? Is that just a thing they threw out there? Because MHB was not in Madawaska.
No, this is true. It's not just the Madawaska people that were there, not just the Madawaska Minifans. This is just that region. So MHB is the number 1 seed coming out of Madawaska.
Okay, I got you. So, I mean, first of all, how is Kirk's Yellow Wallpaper a 16 seed? That's a travesty. That's a very funny account, albeit kind of a short run of greatness. But that's a tremendous account.
They did. Yeah, but so Kirk's Yellow Wallpaper, they struggled down the stretch, but they were able to win their conference. Meanwhile, MHB was coming out of the ACC, and as you know, MHB is a large man, and they usually play well in the tournament, the big guys especially. So.
Yeah, MHB, people question. So if it's based on the year 2020, then MHB wouldn't be a number 1 seed. But if we're talking all time here, I think MHB is going to dominate almost any matchup he's in.
This is true. He's got the resume for it, and again, he's got the size. Conditioning is an issue for MHB. Conditioning is an issue. As you know, Soul Cycle was a problem for him. The bicycle was a problem. So
training.
That was tough for him. What did you think about DEC in the 2nd seed against Inspector J? What did you think about that in 15?
See, I don't know Inspector J. I see that name once in a while, but I don't know anything about him. So I think that's another landslide for DEC.
See, I disagree. DEC, he seemed to peak come late December. Okay, late December, he certainly peaked. He struggled down the stretch. And, he just doesn't have the guard play. I think Inspector J has a little bit tougher guards.
Okay.
And DEC's sensitivity towards the Discord alarms me in March. I think sensitivity does not play well in the tournament.
Really? Okay, I can understand that. All right, Red, I'll give you one more of these before I blow my brains out. What's our last match?
Thank you. All right, perfect. I will ask the question, and then I will hang up and listen. Okay. So we've got Patrick is the 3 seed against the KMS Reddit. So we've got Discord versus Reddit. The Discord, Patrick is number
Wow, that's a good
13,
match.
and then the Reddit is 14. But I'll hang up and listen. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. I like Red from Maine. I believe I've had him on Mike and the Minifans, and very funny guy. That call was funny, even though it was mindless. 90% of people don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But you go ahead. And I got to go with Patrick though. No offense, Red from Maine, but Patrick's a guy that while Kirk forgets him, I always remember him. He's at every event. He's always there. He helped me out. He helped me get to Miami. So I got to go Patrick in that matchup. What's up, caller? Where do you stand on these brackets?
Hola.
What's up?
Hey, I had a quick question for you, Mike.
What's up?
Have you guys ever thought about putting all the parody songs out on iTunes or something so it's easier to download and listen to them?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that. That I can see making more sense than putting the podcasts up on. I mean, the YouTube shows up on iTunes. That's something we should probably look into.
I go on YouTube and try and listen to them, and it's a pain sometimes, like switching back and forth because I listen to them 50 times because they're fucking hilarious. But
okay.
Yeah, and then also, what's your favorite type of beer?
Boy. Oh, I'll tell you. Treehouse Brewery in Munson. And yeah, does that ring a bell at all? Yeah, out in Munson, small town, but there's a brewery that you have to show up at like whatever time. You have to show up early, and then they just have a long line all day, and then they close when they're sold out. But that's pretty good. I guess they would go to Treehouse in Munson, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I'm out in Detroit, so thank you.
All right, brother. Honestly, I'm surprised with the good calls today. Now, here's the problem: if we do this every day, I think we're going to get diminishing returns. But we should do this I'm liking this. Justin, are you having fun? Oh yeah. All right. Who do we got here? Who's on the line?
Hey, what's saucing?
What's saucing, baby? What's going on?
Hey, this is Austin from Southern California.
How's it
Hey,
going?
I was just curious, how's the therapy going? Is there still dogs running around the office?
No, I'm at a different one now. Actually, you know what? Yes, there are. So I went to that first lady on a Monday, and she had dogs in the office. And then I've got a good new guy now. I've got a guy, not a woman. But at his office, there's also a dog. Now, this dog doesn't come into therapy with us, which is a little nicer. But no, therapy is going well. I like it. I feel cleansed when I leave. Like I usually don't have an opportunity to just talk about bullshit and have someone actually listen and respond. So it feels good. It's helping so far. And I guess I'm enjoying. I think it's helping anyways. Maybe I'm still in the honeymoon phase, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, one more question. I don't know if you guys have already addressed it, but are you and Steve going to do a show anytime soon?
Tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be live on YouTube or it'll be up later, but yeah, me and Steve are doing a show together tomorrow.
All right, awesome. Keep up the great work.
All right, man. Have a good one. Oh, yeah. So if you didn't get that Red from Maine caller, the Mincel guys started a bracket of Minifans. So check them out. I think it's just at Mincel Intel. I think they're putting up all the brackets. Caller, oh, you hung up. You pussy! Call back, you coward! No, it's fine. I understand if you don't want to talk brackets. But yeah, those guys are doing a good job. I haven't heard the latest Mincel Intel show because it went up at 6 a.m. But what's up, caller? Hello? Hello? Drop him, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to listen to the Mincel show right after this because I was supposed to watch it last night. I waited and waited, but instead I listened to Steve and TJ. Go ahead. And Steve and TJ did a good job, but I still got to listen to the Mincel show. What's up, caller? A real jokester. Have something to say if you're going to prank me. I mean, someone just giggling. I don't like that. Call me a fat fuck. Call me an asshole. Call me a cocksucker. Come on, people. Calls have been good for the most part, though. I'm surprised. What else do we have going on the YouTube? Oh yeah, so that's what I want to talk about. The Mincel Intel show. I hear it's longer. Is that what you told me, Justin?
It's an hour and 33 minutes.
Hour and 33 minutes. So they took my advice and Kirk's advice and said, kick rocks. You know what? I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't mind it being longer. This is a week where we need content. I haven't listened to it, so I don't know if it's any good yet, but we'll see. What's up, caller?
Hey.
What's going on?
Okay, nothing.
What's your name? Yeah, what's your name?
Is Mike?
Yes, it sure is.
Your sound's horrible, but assuming you can hear me, I thought Steve did a great job on Friday when he was back, and Carano did a great job filling in for Steve, obviously. So what about Carano produces, Steve moves into your chair, and you move over as like Will's intern or something?
Why do I get demoted in this situation? That doesn't seem fair. No, a lot of people have suggested that. Do me, Steve, and Matt. Again, it won't be the podcast because that's not the Kirk Minahan show. But yeah, we could do something like that. I don't see why not. I think tomorrow.
When Kirk comes back.
Oh. Well, that's easy. Yeah, they'll probably get rid of me by the time Kirk comes back.
All right, that's cool.
All right, brother. I like that he let me rant for the full amount of time, and then goes, no. I think you are terrible. I want you gone. I respect that. A guy who let me say my piece and then responded politely. I like that. Well, I'm running out of steam here if we don't have any more callers. Because every time I get a topic going, I get cut off.
We're getting callers, but I just don't think it's.
Oh, pop them on. I don't care.
But
what?
It's used to getting. We've had 754 callers in the past 51 minutes. So
Wow, really?
Yeah.
754 callers in the past 51 minutes. I'm impressed, guys. Thank you so much. Now, I understand it's 8 people calling 751 times, but I still appreciate all of you. But yeah, we can take whoever.
So it just has to get through the system.
Fire away. What's going on, caller?
Hola!
Hola!
How are you guys doing today?
What's up?
So I had a couple questions for you. First of all, do you not think that gene therapy might be a long shot, considering it was your shitty genes that got you into this situation?
Okay, go ahead.
And second, fuck, marry, kill Julie DiCaro, Shirley Leung, or Kennedy from Carson and Kennedy. And I'll hang up and take the answer off the air.
Great question. Thank you, buddy. That sounded like the Canorado guy. Damn, I wish I could have pressed him. I let him go too soon. Fuck me. So who was it? Kennedy, Shirley, and Julie DiCaro. Yeah, okay. Because I have good. I'm glad you put him on hold because I have to ruminate on this. Kill Shirley because I think she's been the worst of the 3. Oh, we lost the caller. Damn it. Call in, guys. 508-964-FLAP. Then I think I would have to. You know what? I don't like this. I'd have to marry Kennedy. She got me fired, but I'm a loyal guy. The other 2 went after my guy Kirk, and I can't allow that. Kennedy, I feel like would be a bit of a handful, but we'd have fun. We'd tip a few back, right? She'd get me off the wagon. I'm a wagon. She'd get me off the wagon. That's what I want to say, right? All right. Fire away, caller. What's going on? What's your name?
Hey, how you doing, Michael? This is Steve from Providence.
What's up, buddy?
Let me tell you, whosever idea this was a great idea.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm assuming it wasn't yours.
It was my idea. Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, the other thing is, I'm going to tell you, as much as we shit on Justin, as much as you shit on Justin and everyone else does, he couldn't have been more helpful to TJ and I with getting things set up. Fantastic job.
Justin's doing a great job. I think if he smiled once in a while, it might be easier to compliment him if he wasn't so grim. But no, Justin's doing a terrific job.
No longer call him the rope intern. He is definitely above.
Well, he's still that, Steve. Don't forget. He's still a miserable fuck who wants to kill himself. Let's not
it was
mince
kind of
words
odd
here.
when he FaceTimed me to get everything started the other day, and he was laying in bed, and I was kind of creeped out by the whole thing.
Is that true, Justin?
So good.
Well, Steve, I'm
take
sorry you
care,
had to go through
Michael.
that. All right, buddy. Thank you for calling.
All right. Bye.
A lot of stars coming out for this episode. Tim in Canton, Matt Carano, Steve from Providence, Jack from Worcester. That's the biggest takeaway. I can't believe Jack from Worcester was not only our first caller, but probably our shortest. He got off the line real quick. Fire away, caller. What's happening? I can hear you. Hello? Oh, what a coward. What a coward! I bet you don't have the guts to call back, do you? Some of the people seem to have problems hearing me, but others not so much. So I think that's got to be either on their end or maybe just the software glitching. Go ahead. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Furburger, west of the Mississippi River.
Okay, what's up?
Smugsy, what was the final verdict?
Smugsy has been put out to pasture, I guess. I don't hear from her anymore. To be fair, I think I blocked her because it just got to be everything I said. It's like, do you want this man representing? It's like, shut the fuck up, Smugsy. Whatever your, I shouldn't even call her Smugsy. Cynthia, whatever your name is. But yeah, she's the worst. Thank you. Anything else, buddy?
Yeah, Miami. There was some veiled references about doing some film taping. It went on for a couple of days. We never saw the feed. What happened down there?
What do you mean film taping?
I think he's talking about our man on the street stuff.
The stuff that I did?
Yes.
So we used it. It all sucked. Like all the man on the street stuff sucked, but I chopped it up. I don't know if you saw that, or Justin chopped it up rather. I don't know if you saw that 30 for 30 trailer we put out. So we just cut up kind of everything we did and put it into that and made it a thing like a 30 for 30 trailer about how I did nothing in Miami, essentially.
Got it. Hey, I really like I saw your hero, one of your heroes passed away, but I really like those B. Michael Geary deals. Sad to see old Lipton go off, but anyway, I'll yield the floor. Sounds like you're taking a lot of calls.
Thank you, brother. All right. Yeah, no, James Lipton died. Very sad. I think I should honor him at some point. I want to get maybe Tim from Canton and Matt from Providence in for a Life of the Parody. Do some prank callers. So that might be a good time to dust off the old turtleneck. Rest in peace, James Lipton, one of the great interviewers of our time. All right, what time is it? We got a caller, I guess, but I'm trying to think how much longer I should do. I'll do this for another 15 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes if you guys want to call in.
Blind Mike is a pussy. Blind Mike is a pussy. Blind Mike is a pussy.
No, I like it. Keep going. Oh, don't hang up on him. Just they hung up. See, I wanted to know if they had any other things to say. That's funny. I enjoy that. I enjoy a good robot voice. But why not call me a pussy yourself? I can take it. Yeah. If we keep getting calls, I'll do this for another few minutes. The tricky thing about this show is I can't talk about any one subject because then we just get another caller. But luckily, we've gotten enough calls that it feels like it's pretty naturally flowing. But yeah, James Lipton, no more. One of the great SNL sketches about him. He's in Arrested Development. What's going on, caller?
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, Mike. Just wanted to say thanks for the Mike and the Minifans the other night. I thought that was a really good episode. I thought it was a really good dialogue. There's a little levity in it as well as some serious conversation. And I just wanted to say thanks for that initial monologue. I thought it was really good that you started off on your own versus bringing the guys in. But I just wanted to say keep up doing what you guys are doing. We're thinking about Kirk. We're hoping he's doing well. And whatever content you guys keep putting out, we'll keep enjoying it. So thank
you very much, buddy. Thank you for calling. I appreciate that. I didn't know how I was going to do. There were a lot of, if you watch back, you can tell I'm a little nervous at the beginning. But I think it turned out well. It started off too much of a funeral vibe, which I regret a little bit. But I'm glad we got to some laughs by the end. What's up, caller? Hello?
Hello. Hi.
What's up? A woman?
It's the girl.
Oh my goodness gracious. Ring the bell. We got a lady in the house. What's happening?
Well, first, I have a question about the Minahan brothers, but I did want to state that response about the bear was just so douchey.
Me?
Yeah, your response. Your favorite bear. Really?
Why? What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Treehouse Brewery in Munson. Stop by sometime. I'm promoting. Mike Geary is pro small business. That's kind of my thing.
Okay, so I was curious about the Minahan, the podcast, the brothers. They were going to do something. Has that been brought up?
Well, I would assume they would do something with Kirk. That's kind of how I took it, that the three of them would do something together.
Oh, okay.
If it's going to be just the two of them, yeah, this would be a good time for that. Actually, it'd be a great time for it. I would assume. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on in the family right now. I have no idea. I assume they have other things on their mind right now.
Right.
But maybe in a week or so, when things die down a little bit, if Kirk's still out, then that'll be a good time for it. But yeah, it's a great idea. And if it's just going to be those two, I hope it happens. If they plan on having Kirk in the room, then I think they should wait. But it's a good idea for sure.
Great. Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, thank you. Who says this show doesn't reach a wide audience? You know, we get the ladies going. I don't care for her calling me a douchebag for my choice of beer. I'm a sober man now, so this is a lifetime's worth of drinking that I took into account when I made that decision. Nothing wrong with a little local brewery, a little tree house. I think you should try it before you knock it, sweetheart. How about you get back in the kitchen and start rattling those pots and pans, huh? Have some dinner ready when your man comes home. All right? Leave the talking and the drinking to the men. I'm just kidding. She sounded very nice. Caller, what's up?
Mike, what's up, man?
What's
Marine
going
Corps
on, man?
Minifan here. How you doing?
What's your name?
Marine Corps Minifan.
Oh, okay. What's up?
None. I got some. Are you guys still planning on doing Canarado?
That's what it sounds like, although I think we're going to listen to all the pitches. That's obviously been put on hold till Kirk gets back. But I think we'll hear from all 50 states still. But Canarado is certainly the front runner.
I got you. Well, I'm from Kansas. Lived in McPherson's, like right in the smack dab middle. And just want to give everybody a heads up. If you're driving from the East Coast to Kansas, when you hit Kansas, it's gonna be the longest 3-hour drive of your life. It is so boring.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to keep that in mind. I think that's kind of the idea, to make us all miserable as we get out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Dedication, Minifan. No one can touch it.
All right, brother. Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, nice chatting with you.
Thanks, buddy. I gotta say, thank you, callers. This has been awesome. Like, I can't believe people have actually called with coherent thoughts. I thought it was just gonna be me arguing with Justin about the calls not working, and then people calling me yelling Baba Booey and hanging up and calling me
Michael
a cocksucker.
Geary wants Daddy Portnoy to love
This is
him,
what I
but he does not because, whoa, it's me.
This is what I wanted. All right, go ahead. What else you got? Oh, I guess it's probably tough to do multiple.
They probably type it in.
Yeah, you got to type and then erase, and I understand it's not their fault that they can't have money. That's funny though. That's very funny that he keeps calling back. Woe is me. So that's definitely a guy that doesn't like me, but I appreciate him playing along. I like that. And that good on the Minifans for knowing. Well, never mind. I won't even say it. But there's certain things you can't do. So I appreciate him knowing that. And now he's definitely going to call back. Why would I even say that? I don't know. All right. We still getting calls, Justin, or no? All right, go ahead. Fire away. What's up? Hey.
Holy shit, I can't believe I got through. You guys need to figure this phone situation out. I know you're not a high budget operation or anything fancy.
I don't agree. I think we're doing great. The calls keep coming. What's up?
I like what you said earlier. This show is an awesome idea, and obviously, first run through, it's going good. You're getting lots of callers. I do think what you said is true. If you did this every day, it might get watered down.
Sure.
We would all appreciate something like this, maybe like a once weekly type deal.
Yeah, maybe even twice a week. But we should do it again. You want to do it again Friday, Justin? If you're well.
Yeah, I'm free Friday.
Yeah, we'll do it again Friday at noon, I guess.
Oh, Friday at noon?
Also,
oh, well, maybe not.
Friday at 1. I think Friday night.
No. We'll do it. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we should do it again Friday or something. We'll figure it out.
On the subject of Intern Will.
Yes.
I don't think he should be fired, but I think you guys should get together and come up with something creative to do with him, or something he has to do, some sort of punishment or challenge. So I think that'd be pretty entertaining for all of us.
You're not wrong. Now, many would view traveling the country with Latino Kirk as a punishment, but he seems to be doing that willingly. So it kind of begs the question, like, what's a punishment for this guy? A guy that lives in squalor. He has cigarette butts and empty beer cans all over his floor. He's traveling with strangers that are possible child molesters. Like, what is bottom for this? What's rock bottom for a guy like that, you know?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm suggesting it. I've been sitting here listening to the show trying to with a suggestion to make him do, but I'm not sure how much lower you can push the guy.
Exactly. That's kind of the thing. That's the problem we're coming to here. But we'll try to think of something. Good suggestion.
All right. You have a good day, sir.
All right, brother. You too. Yeah, maybe twice a week wouldn't be bad to do something like this, at least while Kirk is out. And then maybe this is what we're finding. This is the nice thing. Go ahead, Justin. The nice thing we're finding out is like this or the Robinson Report tonight. We experiment with stuff, and maybe it lasts for a while. We'll see. What's up, caller?
What's going on, Gear Man? Hola.
Hola.
So I'm sitting here, and I know a lot of Minna fans, hate Steve Robinson. So we're going to go to you for your political take. Who do you think is the big winner on Super Tuesday?
I mean, it's sounding like they're going to steal it from the burn dog again, right? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about this. But it seems like Bernie's going to win the popular vote, and they're going to sweep it away from him, as they did last time, essentially. It's amazing. I will say, this is my hot political take for the day. Not even hot. This is my lukewarm political take for the day. It's amazing that Trump is this awful Nazi that's compared to Hitler. But the Democrats are essentially saying, yeah, he's the worst human being on the planet. But don't run Bernie against him. Like, let's not do that. I don't remember there being an adversary of Hitler's that they were like, yeah, this guy might be even crazier. So maybe Trump's not quite as bad as we might not to be. Can we all at least admit that? But yeah, it seems like the fix is in for Biden to win, which will be hilarious because he's losing his mind.
Right. I got another follow-up question that's completely unrelated if I'm still on.
Go for it, yeah.
So, would you rather watch your mom and your stepdad have sex every single day the rest of your life, or would you just want to join in one time and end it all?
Well, I mean, come on. I think, do you listen to the show? I think everyone knows the answer to that, or what I'm supposed to say anyways. That is a great question. That is a tremendous question. I'm going to say watch. Although the warthog was more of the watcher in our freshman dorm room. So I don't know. What's up, caller?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? What do you mean?
What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
I'm doing a show.
Okay.
What's up? You got anything else?
Well, I want to call in and let you know, I know from personal knowledge that Matt Carano has at least as many reptiles as Rich Mandarin does Beanie Babies.
That's not possible.
It is.
We need this needs to be an investigation. Maybe I'll be heading up to New Hampshire to crack the lid open on this. I need to find out how many reptiles Matthew Carano has, and more importantly, I need to know where this started. Thank you, caller. I never know. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't get it. What's up, caller?
Hey, Mike. First time caller, long time listener.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Rich Mandarin.
What's going on, buddy?
Not the underscore Rich Mandarin with the Beanie Baby collection, but the other one.
Okay, what's going on, man?
There's no way that Matt Carano's reptile collection is more than 30,000. That is how many Beanie Babies that underscore Rich Mandarin has.
Okay, yeah, that seems impossible.
Underscore Rich Mandarin, abandon the Discord. In the bracket, there's only one vote. It's the non-underscore Rich Mandarin.
Are you guys against each other?
We're against each other, Mike. You didn't watch the Mincel Intel?
I have not seen it yet. No, I was ready to watch it last night and it never got up until fucking 4 a.m.
Big matchup.
Jesus,
all right.
right.
The two Rich Mandarins, obviously, and Didi, they're going against each other in the first round.
I knew that. Yeah.
It's a good matchup.
All right. Well, Rich Mandarin, I like you from the one time you were on Mike and the Minifans, but I got to support my guy, Rich underscore Mandarin.
I mean, he's not a bad guy, but
Yeah.
you know, he abandoned the Discord. I think they missed it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's true, but we'll see where the people's hearts lie. But I appreciate you calling, buddy. Anything else?
Really quick, Mike, before you let
Yeah,
me
yeah.
go, I
Yeah.
talked to you in Madawaska. You're a good guy, and keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you, brother.
Best to Kirk.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Rich Mandarin, a misunderstood figure. The Rich Mandarin with no underscore. I think he's a good guy as well. But Rich underscore Mandarin is the real star. And that's kind of what people have to remember. Caller, what's happening? What's your name? Where you calling from?
I love you, B, Mike. I didn't start listening to the show until after it was announced you were joining because I thought you were funny from the old Portnoy videos.
Well, thank you so much. Finally, now hit me with the bad news here. Oh, you swung and missed. Well, I appreciate you calling back. Thank you very much. You can let him go, I guess. That guy's fine, although it might be a different guy calling every time. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's got to be the same one. All right, let's take this caller. What's happening?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
What's going on?
It's Jared from Wareham. Hey, I see you got that picture of Ray Charles in the background. Do you
Yes.
just have, random blind celebrities all around your apartment or what?
All over my home, yes. As
Yeah,
we found on the
that's
show
awesome.
when we were trying to make the Mount Rushmore, there aren't a lot of greats
Right.
in the blind community. But yeah, my house is just littered with Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Homer, the guy who
Use it as
sings that fucking
inspiration?
song. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Riggs
Hey,
used to
good
be up
call
there,
on
but he's no
Treehouse.
longer. What's that?
Good call on Treehouse, by the way. Great
Hey,
spot.
thank you, buddy.
All right,
Shout out
man,
to
have a good one.
shout out to the 413. All right, brother. Thanks for calling. Shout out to the 413. I've been saying this every time just because it's a hack radio thing. I don't know why they say, "What's your name? Where are you calling from?" Like, why do we really care? I guess it's just a point of familiarity. But I'll do it again every time. I'll do it with this person. What's your name? Where are you calling from, friend?
Hey, Mike, this is Jeff from Portland.
What's going on?
Hey, so I'm wondering if you were upset that All Aboard never took over and Ola becomes the big deal.
I was a little hurt by that. I will say I found the men's room, so I kind of feel like that made up for it. Like, I knew about the men's room just because they were on WAAF. So in a way, I feel like I deserve a little credit for Ola, but you're right. All Aboard was my baby, and that's what I really wanted to take off, but it never quite did.
All Aboard!
Thank you. That's how I'll start. That's how I'll start this show from now on. Thank you, caller. Yeah, All Aboard never quite took off, although it did a little bit. It got in a few prank calls, mostly by me, but it's something. The All Aboard shirts never came out. It's a disappointing run. I will take. I'll do one or two more callers.
We still have like 200 viewers on YouTube.
Really? All right, I'll keep going for a little while then. It is fun. I'm enjoying this. What's up, caller?
Hey, Mike, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, I always wanted to know, being blind and everything, what is it like when you dream? And the second part of my question is, have you ever done any psychedelics?
No to psychedelics. I tried Molly in college, but I don't think that counts. But to the dreaming thing, so I get a lot of questions that are better for totally blind people. Like the one that comes up a lot is how do you wipe or whatever. The dreaming thing is I just dream how I see. I can see Justin right now. Consider me lucky. So like if I dream about Justin, I'll see him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was more interested in if you had tried any psychedelics to see maybe if maybe you could see things, that were otherworldly, I guess, like most of us. But if you haven't tried any psychedelics, then I guess,
No.
it is what it is.
Maybe worth a shot someday, but no, I never have.
All right,
All right,
man.
man.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, despite my bad boy personality, I was not much of a drug guy in college. I tried Molly and then smoked weed, obviously, but that's about it. What's up, caller? What's going on?
Justin's carpet match the drapes.
Justin, your response? Does the carpet match the drapes?
Sure.
It does. All right, well, there's your answer. The problem with this guy is we can't keep him on, unfortunately, because Good for one, but that's good. Now he's calling with questions. I like this. He's evolving. We're kind of helping him grow. What's up? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Here, man.
What's up?
Who wins in a fight? Stephen Ben Robinson versus 100 sixth graders. I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you. Stephen Ben Robinson versus 100 sixth graders. You know, it's an age-old question. I think if they're able to carry, which you know those Robinson boys carry, probably illegally, but I'm going to go with the Robinson boys. But otherwise, I'll go with the they don't seem like fighters. Steve seems like a lover. Not of animals, of course, but what's going on, caller?
Hello?
Hello, what's up?
Hello?
Yeah, we can barely hear you. What's going on?
Oh, what's up, Blind Mike? How you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm just calling in, man, checking in. How are things going with the show and everything for this week?
Not too bad, buddy. Your phone's terrible, so I don't like to do this, but do you have like a question or anything?
No, I'm just saying what's up, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling. Call back when your phone. Not your fault, but just a lot of wind in the background. So yeah, if we get a couple more good ones, I'll stay on. But I do have Latino Kirk waiting for me because we're shooting something for the Life Loser Challenge here. So this is they call this. Some people call it Mike Geary's house. Others call it a content factory. Now, is it worrisome that I have a known sex offender coming to my home who says there already isn't one living here? You know, that's how I respond to that. What timing that was. Hello, caller. What's going on?
Who says there already isn't one living here? You know?
Turn your radio down.
What timing that was? Hello, caller.
Turn your fucking radio down. All right.
Turn your radio.
That is funny to get me to argue with me, but it doesn't quite work because I know what I said. But what they should do, I don't want to give them too many ideas. What they should do is have a soundboard of me ready and just have me argue with myself. It's been done before, but it's always funny, I would say. What's going on, caller?
Yo, what's going on? How you doing?
What's happening?
Not much. How are you? I don't even know what's on. What's going on with the show right now? I just saw the number said call. I called it.
Yeah, we just been answering people's questions more or less. We can't get into a groove because people keep calling. So what's up?
Not much. Seeing how you're doing. I don't know if you talked much about how you're handling the whole Kirk thing. I did want to bring up a little bit of a negative part. I've been kind of thinking about it, but I don't want to get too much hate or get too much in the.
No, it's fine. Go for it.
Bad circle. The only thing I have is there's a group of us, probably 6 or 7, that listen to the show regularly from Boston. We listen to the Kirk show when he's on the radio, and I have to be honest. It really kind of seems there's a little bit of. I don't want to use the word acting. I don't want to use the word faking, but making it a little bit more showy would be the word that I would use, I guess.
How do you mean? Give me an example.
Huh?
Well, how do you mean? Like, what's an example?
I mean, just the last few, I can't be the only one who thinks the last, week and a half of shows have been kind of, or I guess the last week and a half prior to Kirk going to the, wherever he went.
The loony bin, you can say it.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't. No,
the booby hash. We know what it's called. Go
Right. I just hope he does well. I just feel like a lot of it, as far as the arguing with you over the, I originally am from Fort Kent, which is the town over from Madawaska, but originally arguing, with you about how you acted up there, and then the Steve thing. It's like, I listen to the show because I like your guys' takes on, life stuff and not so much the personal stuff that you guys all talk about. So it seems like those two topics were pushed a little bit too much for me. So like I said, the group of us that are in, we're all in a group chat. We all actually stopped listening to the show for about a week and a half. But I just wanted to say, like, I think you guys, when Kirk comes back, if he's all healthy and everything like that, you guys, should kind of get back to the original stuff you all did.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's things that different people like about the show. There are honestly some people that like when Kirk talks sports, which is crazy. There are some people that like when we get into politics or when we argue. There are people that like when we play parody songs and prank calls or just bullshit. It's kind of just about what you like, and there are going to be days that aren't necessarily for you, and that's fine.
I am out of ideas what to say.
This is my favorite caller, easily. I love this guy. Or a girl. Probably a girl, right? Because they're all very funny, and they call this show a lot, so it's probably definitely a woman. But no, that's my favorite caller. I'm out of ideas what to say. But yeah, to that other guy, that's fine. I totally understand there being times where I can guarantee, as a guy that was sitting in that seat, none of it was fake. If that was your question. But I can understand maybe that not being your favorite thing, and then you just got to wait till the next thing comes up. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, Mike, you've been doing a great job holding down the fort for everyone. I was just curious, though, and if you mentioned this earlier, I apologize. What's going on with Steve? When are we going to hear from him?
Tonight, the debut of the Robinson Report. I shouldn't keep calling it that because I'm not 100% sure that's what he's calling it. But I believe the Robinson Report will be out tonight. And I hear possibly 2 nights this week, maybe tonight and tomorrow. I don't know if Steve's going live. All right, did he talk to you about producing that, Justin, or no?
I'm texting him now saying, do you need me for the Robinson Report? He hasn't.
Okay, so I don't know what his plan is with that. But yeah, Steve is planning some stuff for his political show. And also me and Steve are doing a show together tomorrow, I believe. So that should be awkward because me and Steve off air, very friendly. On air, very little chemistry. So for whatever reason, when Kirk's not there. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I think it'll be good, honestly, because we'll have stuff to talk about. We'll get into Julie DiCaro and all that. But anything else, brother? Guy's gone. He was on, and now he's gone, as they say in the biz. What time? 1:30 and 18 little seconds to go along with it, as the great Steve Summer would say. Oh, it's not even 1:30 yet. We'll go to 1:30 because I don't want to make Latino Kirk wait too long. What's up, caller?
Mike, I had a question. What is the most caught off guard you've ever been by a Steve Robinson? Something he said or done on the show, not like an aunt thing, maybe something that slipped under. I remember for me personally, it was when he said he went to a Snoop Dogg concert. It just completely caught me off guard. I thought it was like the most random thing ever. Is there a time like that you just remember being completely befuddled by Steve?
Snoop Dogg's a good example because he told me that off air, and I had to remember. Like I kept forgetting, but I knew I had to bring it up because it took me so off guard. I know you said no ants, but people have listened back to that and pointed out that was my most shocked reaction, where I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But that's a great question. Maybe Maury Povich.
Yeah,
like I couldn't when I heard that I couldn't let it slide. I was like, "What? There's no way you think that's what that name is."
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's a good man. All right. Anything else, buddy? All right. Thank you for calling. I got to say the callers are all very polite, but they don't say goodbye to me. I like to feel, whole. I like to feel like a conversation is completed. Say, hey, thanks, Mike. Thank you so much for having us. A couple more here as we wind down. I don't want this thing to last too long, but I'm loving this. I thought I was going to have to bullshit and go on news stories and stuff and fill time, but the calls keep on coming.
Hey, Mikey.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm out in Chicago. Just listening to your show. Hey, I got a hypothetical for you.
Go for it.
All right, you're stuck on a desert island with a mermaid. Would you rather have the mermaid be the top half or the bottom half? If it's the bottom half, you can talk to somebody. If it's the top half, you got to fuck a fish person.
Okay, don't hang up because I have a question for you, but I will do you the courtesy of answering. I'm going to go with the top half. I like feeling like I'm with a person, and then I'll just stick my dick wherever, I'll jerk off if I have to.
All right.
But you're in Chicago, you said?
Yeah.
Do you know who Julie DiCaro is?
No, I'm not really into the Chicago radio scene. I used to be, but I know she sucks from what you guys say.
See, that seems. I would think people. I guess there are definitely people here that wouldn't know certain radio personalities, but it just seems like I don't know. How old are you, caller?
Mid-20s.
Yeah, it seems like a guy in his mid-20s would kind of know like sports radio personalities. But it tells you how much of a fucking nothing she is that people in Chicago don't even know her.
I mean, I know the big guys out here in the radio, but yeah, I don't know her.
Who are the big guys? Because that station, The Score, is abysmal.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't listened in a long time since I was a fucking kid, but yeah, I don't even remember the names anymore. But if somebody said them, I would know it.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, man. Yeah, it's. I mean, I guess it's not that weird. There are definitely. She's an overnight girl, so I guess there are definitely people. If you went out on the street, that wouldn't know Mike Manansky or whoever from Boston. But it just seems strange to me. What's up, caller? No. Now, what's up, caller?
Hey, Mike.
What's
Sean
going
in
on?
California, third long time.
How you doing?
Okay, so a couple more questions I had.
Okay.
I over the bracket stuff. Was there any name in there that surprised you, or is there anyone you think got snubbed that should have been in?
Oh, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't watched the Mincel Intel show. I'm going to do that right after we're done with Latino Kirk. So I don't know the full bracket yet. I got to see. I'll tell you the snub that I've heard so far is that Kirk's yellow wallpaper is a 16. That seems crazy to me. That seems like a middle seating, like 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that one.
But who's off the list? Yeah, are there any big upsets I should know about? Who's off the list?
I really didn't look too closely at either. I was hoping you'd have.
Okay, fair enough.
Fuck, I waited so long to call. I already forgot what I was going to tell you. But keep up.
All right, brother. Thanks very much. Yeah, I think. I got to say, there are times where maybe I'm not prepared, but not looking at the full bracket of the Mincel bracket is gonna be one that sticks with me for a long time. I'm embarrassed. There's egg on my face. No. Why did he hang up? Oh, you mean the automated voice? I was thinking Jon Stewart. All right. What's up, caller?
Hey, first time, long time. I just had a question for you.
Yeah,
and
what's
then I'll
going
hang up and listen. What are you doing?
It was a fun bit. That was, what are you doing for the newer listeners, is one that got made fun of the most, but I found that hilarious, where we would just call people and say, what are you doing? And they'd have to answer. And it was all from The Kane Show. We forget our friends at The Kane Show. What's going on? What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, a hang up. All right. It seems like we're winding down here. I will do one or two more as we've got Latino Kirk waiting for us, as I keep teasing. All right. If this is a good one, it's our last one. If it's our friend, we might... Go ahead, answer. Yes?
MHB à tutti.
No, why would you say something like
MHB à tutti.
Could you say it again a little faster? Damn it. All right. I don't care for them making sport of my friend MHB that way. All right, we'll do one more good one, and then we'll get out of here. But this has been awesome, guys. Thank you so much for calling. I know people. One guy was mad we didn't do it at like 7 in the morning, but I think this is a better time. What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's good?
What's up?
Name's Pedro from Colorado.
Okay.
I was just wanting to say what's up, and I just had a few questions about the show.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, so first of all, I was just wondering if Kurt's texted y'all since Saturday morning.
He texted me Sunday morning, something very brief. He just responded to something I said. And then I know Steve talked to him, I guess, Saturday night. I don't know if he's talked to him since. But yeah, that's about it. There hasn't been much. He told us Saturday morning, he was kind of like, don't expect, he goes, I'll be in touch a little bit, not much. So he's kind of just working on himself rather than, yeah.
Yeah. And then one other thing, I was just wondering, like, this tweet he sent out, like, perfectly at 9 a.m., I was wondering if, like, his tweet or text message to you perfectly at 7 a.m. was, like, planned or was, like, a scheduled thing with someone doing it for him.
I doubt it. I don't know if Kirk would even know how to do that, to be honest. But no, mine wasn't right at 7 a.m. or anything. I didn't notice if his tweet was exactly on the dot. I just didn't notice that. But no, it was not. I don't think it was a planned thing. Maybe the tweet was scheduled, but I don't know if Kirk would even know how to operate that. So I don't know.
All right, cool. Hang up and listen.
All right, brother. We'll end on let's end on a good one. Not that was a bad one, but it's just something I've answered a few times already. No. I want to let one of these people that have been trying to get through. No, Steve's got a lot to get to while he's preparing for the Robinson report.
Will is producing.
Will is producing. Oh, he doesn't trust you. Will's his guy. Bad move on his part, Justin. As I can tell you from this, has gone flawlessly. What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Robert Murchison.
Yes. Well, how can I help you, Robert?
In all seriousness, I just want to say, this is probably the best blind mic content, and I'm a blind mic guy. I think this is your best content. I think this should be a weekly show, even whenever Kirky gets back.
It might have to be. Thank you.
It's been really fun.
This has been awesome. I've had a blast so far. It was gone much better than I expected. Like I said, I don't know if there'll be diminishing returns on the calls if I do it twice a week or every week or whatever. But yeah, so far it's been awesome.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Good job, Mike. Keep up the good work.
All right, man. Thank you. We'll do another one. Yeah, how great would that have been if that was Bob Murchison? He's like, yeah, I'm listening. You guys are doing good. All right. Well, we'll end on this guy. He deserves it. What's up?
Don't shave your beard because then you have a butt chin.
I don't mind that, though. The ladies say it looks like Tom Brady. It wasn't the greatest. Let's end on someone else. I do have a butt chin, though. He's right. But I don't mind it. It's not an embarrassing one. Like, if you guys have ever seen Dave Dombrowski, former GM of the Tigers and Red Sox, he's got a rough one. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Mike. My name is Mike. How are you? I'm in New Hampshire.
Oh, just a couple of mics. What's happening?
Hey, I texted you the other day on Twitter, and I've been jumping in here and there, and I listen to the podcast every single day during my workouts. I know Kirk always asks. He wonders where people listen, and I usually listen when I work out. But I wanted to ask you something, and I'm not sure if it's been talked about yet. But the relationship between Jerry and Kirk, and the effect that's had on Kirk, because I've been a fan of Kirk's for about 7 or 8 years. I listened to Jerry's show since 96, 97 when he started, and I know Jerry meant a great deal to Kirk, and the text message to Steve and everything else that's transpired over the last month, I think played a serious role on Kirk's mental health. And I'm no doctor. I saw Kirk on Friday night at the wrestling event. He came over, shook my hand, couldn't have been nicer. Great guy. And, somebody put on Facebook about the hiatus of the show and people being sad about that. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sad about I'm not sad about the show's hiatus. I'm very concerned about Kirk because I love that man. I listen to him every day. It becomes personal with him. So, it's a lot of fans probably feel the same way. That the show is secondary. This is real life, and we love Kirk.
For sure. Yeah, I've heard that a lot, and I think the consensus, at least from the hardcore fans who get it, is even if there's never another show, what you want first and foremost is him to be healthy and his family to be all right and all that. Nothing else really matters. As far as Jerry, I don't know. I don't think you can blame Jerry for his mental health. I think that could be a symptom of it. I think that could contribute. We'll take one last call, and then is there a way to make that the last one, or is it just gonna? Okay, we'll make this the last one. Caller, you're the last one, but hold on a second. Yeah. All right, that guy can be. That's fine. We're wrapping up here. As Latino Kirk waits outside my door. Yeah, I don't think it's fair to blame Jerry for stuff like that, but it might be their relationship might be heightened when Kirk is going through something. I don't know. Jerry said himself they fight like brothers, and I think that's just how it is with those two, and maybe that's how it'll always be. I have no idea, but yeah, I mean, like you said, you saw Kirk out at an event. Couldn't be nicer. That's every event I've seen him at. He makes sure to say hello to people and all that. You just kind of got to hope he's doing well, and the show is definitely secondary to that. All right, guys. Now I have to go let a registered sex offender into my home. But if you never see me again, this has been awesome. Thank you guys for making it good. I appreciate you all calling in with most of you with something to say, which was cool. And even the ones who didn't have anything to say were entertaining. So this has been awesome. We'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it again Friday. We'll figure it out. I don't know. But unless Justin's sick, I hate to make him come out here again. But I do appreciate it. Thank you, Justin. Excellent work today. I don't think he believes me. He didn't even look up at me. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. All right, guys. Stay healthy. Good. Hey, good night and good mental health, as Dr. Fraser Crane would say. All right. Goodbye. We'll have more stuff tomorrow and the Robinson Report tonight, as well as some other stuff. All right. Goodbye.